The honest to God's truth about I Do, I Did is it's inspired by a true story, something that happened in my life. Discussing it with a few friends of mine, Ross Jordan being one. Ross gave me the script writing program to go ahead and write the movie. My friend Sharice Edie and I got together and we were talking about a bad breakup that I just had. So I Do, I Did is loosely based on a bad breakup that I had. I was in love with a man and, he did what men do. He had a baby with a woman in the middle of our relationship. Jasmine knows the story behind this movie, the whole story. I just want you ladies to know I really hit him for you. So I was beating up a nice, handsome, eligible man.
Brian Hook, he sent me the script over and I read it. So when I read it, I immediately kind of fell in love with the idea because it's never been done before. And one of my favorite movies of all time was really The War of the Roses. I decided that I really wanted to do the film when I met with Cherry Johnson, who's, the writer, the lead actress, and also a producer, who's just a real talent. So when I met with her, it just felt like, she felt like a sister, like my little sister with all this ball of talent.
Going through the wedding scene was pretty nerve-wracking because I don't want to get married. And here I am with a minister who sounds like he knows what he's talking about as an actor. And then Cherry's smiling at me, and she says she just wants to get married so she can have wedding pictures for her family, right? So she's laughing. And she's saying, oh, this is a real minister, so, I got you now. There's some part about marriage where the man somehow loses out. He feels like he's a dog about to get put on a chain for the rest of his life. And that feeling that comes up inside of you is just like nervous. For me anyway, I was just like, okay, I do not want to be getting married, and this feeling right here reminds me as to why I don't.
Hello, and welcome to Behind the Scenes of I Do, I Did. Today on our very special episode, we're doing a little sneak peek preview of what's going on over there.
My tits grew. I don't fit the same bikini top that I had last year. Like it's an A cup, and these are like C cups. Okay, honest to God, no, it was not my first sex scene. It is the first scene that I actually take my top off in a scene. Being in the jacuzzi with a man that you don't really know is a bit uncomfortable. It's even more uncomfortable with a whole bunch of people watching you and directing you on what to do. Well, it should be. But for me, it was like one of the most fun days we had. I mean, all my friends were there.
Now, what scene is this, and what do you want to see?
Some booty crack, smacking, jacking, bebopping, and uplifting, and scene.
Pull her top off. Pull her top off. Up another level.
I was being directed by Lisa Washington and Brian Hooks.
Louder. Going tighter, Rory. Louder. Louder. Cut. That's a cut.
It was funny, and it was a lot more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. I do have advice. Don't do it. The back of my back was all scraped up. My legs were scraped up. I was bleeding at the end of the scene, so it's not really as sexy as it looks.
We're trying to make a movie. Y'all don't know that nobody else is here. Let's go to lunch. All right. All right, guys, that's lunch. Thank you very much for your patience, guys. That's lunch. My man's good dude. That Cherry Johnson. You gotta watch out for her.
Well, hi, I'm April Scott. I'm playing Jenny in I Do, I Did. So of all the scenes that we've done, the ones that stand out most to me, the fight scene between me and Vivian. And she's like, it's actually pretty funny. We have this heated argument. It's when I finally, I catch her, with my husband. And it's this big debate. And we mapped it out, me and Cherry, where we were gonna do this like stage slap where she was gonna fake slap me and I was gonna react to it. But when actually the scene rolled, Cherry just like slapped the heck out of me. So we just kept going and we just were so wrapped up in it that we whatever. And it ended up working really well. So that was like the scene that stands out to me most just because it was so intense and the energy was really great and it was just like super fun.
Oh, but man, woo. Great actor. Happy to have him, man. always on top of his game.
The character that I play on the project is Mr. Johnson. I am the father of Vivian, the role played by Cherry. And it's a unique relationship. Unique because the mother is absent in this. The mother is deceased when we come into this production. And so there's a really special relationship between my daughter and I. And here we are at her wedding day, a day that I've waited as all fathers who really care and love their daughters, because you know there's something particularly unique about the relationship between a father and his daughter.
I play John. I play an adult entertainer who the character, Cherry's character, she falls in love with.
Ross, you interviewed him? See, this is what happens, people, when your friends stop by the set. Rashad is not even in the movie.
You know, I do some gyrations that make them feel as though they want me. So then my self-esteem is built up. So then I'm John. Boom, right? Boom, boom. They scream, boom. So then that's how I get in the character.
I can't believe he gave you an interview.
He was like, man, you're a good actor. I should put you, you know. I was like, all right, I'll do that too.
But he is really over here giving an interview like he is in the movie. Definitely we gotta use this as extra footage. He a clown. It's funny though, but he ain't in the movie.
Well, my character is a doctor in the hospital that apparently was trying to stabilize Jenny, or his other wife, and has to come and deliver the bad news to Marcus. So I get the pleasure of delivering that to him. I came onto the project because Lisa, the producer, Lisa Washington, is one of my closest friends in the world, and we've done several movies together. And Cherry, I love her, and she's another friend of mine. So basically, when they said they needed me, I show up.
Cherry, who's the writer and producer of this film, invited me to do a cameo of sorts for this movie. And you know, Dr. Grimm says that she's a neurologist, and I think she cares more than most doctors do. You know, I think she leads with her heart, which is sometimes a conflict of interest as a doctor. So, you know, I come in and break the news when Vivian has been in a car accident. So I break the news to Marcus and Mr. Johnson and Candy. So it's really handling the situation both with heart and yet with enough detachment, you know. And I think that's always hard in situations where you are coming in as a person of knowledge and still being able to play a scene where there's just enough heart and just enough detachment. So we'll see what happens.
Tell me a little bit about what brought you here today and how you participated in this film.
My side to every film is the executive side, the executive producer, and I bring the funds to film. So to actually, usually I just be like, you know, cut the check and, you know what I mean, call me when y'all finish. So to come out here and actually see how, you know, funds are being utilized on a project, you know, it's pretty cool for me today.
Are you looking at me playing with the blood on my dress? I look so pretty.
I could have got drunk and came to work. I ain't got no. Oh, I know you speak English. I ain't got no lines. Look up in the air sometime, close my eyes another. Looking all sick, they wondering how I did it. Catching up on my beauty rest.
We've been best friends our whole life. God, Marcus is trifling ass. He ain't been in here to see you in over 10 months.
Shawn Jackson, she cried, so I cried too. And we just stupid as hell. Cause we happy we getting to work together, but I can't take the crying stuff, cause she cried. I'm supposed to be in a coma, but she got a bitch over here crying.
Well, that's the first time we getting paid for these tears. So.
You know, the scene with me being in a coma wasn't a big deal when I did it, but I think 3 months after we shot it, my mother actually went into a coma, and she was in a coma for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I don't know if it was art imitating life or life imitating art, but I had been thinking about, you know, the coma for a year and a half. I think there's power in your mind, and it's something I will never ever do again, because I don't want that kind of effect to follow my family. A lot of the time while I was sitting there by my mother's bedside watching her, I was remembering the emotions that I was going through, laying in the bed, watching my cousin cry over me, and, you know, my husband and my father by my bedside crying. It made that moment so real for me. So now when I go back and I watch that scene, oftentimes, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm actually starting to tear now. Oftentimes I really cry because I think of my mom. That's crazy.